is Thursday. You know what we do on Thursdays. We get down to business with Cosmo Macero of O'Neill and Associates. Hello, Cosmo.
Hey, Maria, how are you?
I'm terrific. I'm standing in for Mark. I hope you're okay with that.
Absolutely, as always.
Oh,
always okay with
that's
that.
a good answer. Let's talk about all the unrest overseas. And the United States gives millions of dollars in aid to a whole bunch of different countries, to Libya, to Yemen, to Egypt. Now there's talk of the government possibly pulling aid because of these attacks?
Yeah, actually billions, Maria. About 1% of the U.S. budget overall, $53 billion, a lot of it military aid, a lot of it economic aid. $1 billion to Egypt. Right now, a budget measure has about $20 million going to Libya, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Israel, somewhere between $3 and $4 billion each, much of it for military and defense spending over there. There's going to be a lot of pressure because of this unrest, because of those attacks on diplomats in Libya, also unrest in Yemen and Egypt, to pull back on that aid. But, you know, the administration, the Obama administration says, you know what? There's a difference here between the governments, and with regard to Egypt and Libya, new governments just evolving and sort of getting their feet under themselves, and independent sort of third-party rogue forces and elements that may be causing this unrest. So there's going to be quite a debate there.
Yeah, for sure, just to follow that money trail and see exactly where it goes and what will get pulled. Let's talk about gas and oil prices. We always ask that question in situations like that. You think they're going to be affected? Yeah,
just on this today, marginally increases in the price of oil. The oil per barrel went up over about $98 for a while, settled in around $97. Longer term, maybe a 25 or 30 cent increase per gallon. Not just the unrest in the Middle East, though. The Federal Reserve action, because they're going to stimulate the economy. We'll talk about that in a second. That increases demand, or that suggests demand will increase. That also can and will probably contribute to an increase in oil prices, as well as this unrest in the Middle East. People get concerned about supply when that happens.
So let's talk about the Federal Reserve announcement.
Yeah, absolutely. Today the Fed said, you know what, we're going to buy $40 billion a month in mortgage-backed securities. Kind of an acknowledgement that maybe they haven't done enough to stimulate the economy. They're committing to do that. They're going to keep interest rates low through 2015. You know what that means? The federal funds rate's going to stay low for the next 2 years. If you want to buy a house, you ought to do it. The money's going to be pretty cheap for a couple of years, so you find the right deal. The conditions are right to buy a house. That's going to be good. That's going to be good for the economy. The Fed says, you know what? We haven't done enough. Here's our commitment to doing more.
Getting down to business with Cosmo. Appreciate it, Cosmo. Thank you.